Sweet Stories is a segment of our program which takes you, our viewers, a little further into the lives of the people associated with sugar, highlighting their challenges, sources of strength, and commitment to sugar. This week, we present a multi-talented individual whom we are proud to have had as a member of our team for decades.
The name is Levi Nedd, but just to put the middle name, it's Levi Lawrence Nedd. I'm close to 55 years. I'm with Gaisuku since 1979 as an apprentice. I graduated right here at the training school. I attended the Rosignol Secondary, and there's where I got a few subjects at the GCE and CXE. And then I blossomed off to the apprenticeship scheme. My conquest with Gaisuku, I think, was great. I worked at Blairmont initially. I also worked at the Annex in Georgetown head office. I had a stint at Rose Hall. I had a stint at Skeldon also too. And here I am, not resting at the GTCPM, but I am here now for close to 14 years as a student affairs officer. I have acted in the capacity as manager also at the training school here, and I was once the deputy manager.
Though academically qualified, Mr. Nedd has accumulated numerous certificates and trophies in the areas of social work and most notably in sports.
In terms of sports, when Gaisuku was very vibrant with sports, I am dubbed 3 times sports personality for Gaisuku. And I managed to represent Guyana on numerous occasions. I traveled 31 countries playing sports, doing sports, especially volleyball. I was also in football too. And I was a national athlete at school where I got lots of gold medals at sports also. In the area of culture, I did chutney singing. I represented this country at chutney singing. As a matter of fact, I did cut a CD, but that CD for some poor reason could not be out now because of my job and having sponsorship and what have you. So I shelved that a bit. Also too, I'm a certified volleyball coach, a certified football coach, athletics coach, table tennis coach. And I managed to study in Cuba, and I studied in the St. Louis University in Hungary with sports sciences and technology, where I topped the world, and we were 39 countries. And I was the person who had to give the valedictory speech and so on and so forth. I am also a certified first aider and also a social worker.
Nedd's early life was filled with challenges that have molded him.
I was born to a mother. We were 8 kids, 7 different fathers. I was a twin, but my twin sister died. She was stillborn, and then I was born afterwards. I have known about survival, I think. In many, many different ways I've survived. I did farming, I did gardening, I did poultry, I did fishing. I was a semi-fisherman sort of. I planted rice by hand, those who know about it. I mashed rice with the mules. I went to the rice mill and I worked. I did baking, I can bake. I did icing of cake. I used to walk around the village and sell cake and bread to cane cutters and cane harvesters very early in the morning. As a matter of fact, I started that sort of life at age 9 when I had to wash, do my own laundry, do my own ironing in those days. And then I had to get up at 1 in the morning to start assisting with the baking and to get firewood and get all the other things that would go with baking and so on. So I think I have a good experience in life survival in every little way. Even at the abattoir, my neighbor had an abattoir and I used to work there to assist so I can get a little income and so on and so forth. We planted a farm in Ithaca, ground provision and so on, and I used to get out there in August holidays. When everybody was enjoying themselves, I had to go down with my parents there and do work in the entire holidays. I used to fetch out bunches upon bunches of plantain and several pounds of cassava to give to the then truck that used to come from Georgetown, and that's where we made a living. So, but I'm happy I came through that way because it makes me want to survive. It makes me want to understand what survival is. And I always use that as a stepping stone when apprentices come here to let them understand what survival is, because I've had that experience. I am now happily married, a wife and 2 kids. We're living right in the compound here, and we're doing well in our own quiet corner so far.
Imagine what life would be if no more without a woman. She can nag and cause you constant pain. Oh, that woman.
Despite having long changed his life's path to becoming a successful person, Mr. Nedd is still approachable.
I think I am still the simple guy. Nothing surprises me. Coupled with the fact that I did travel to a lot of countries, different cultures. I met different persons, and nothing has changed. I'm the same person, those who know me. I'm not power drunk. I just like to share. I like to share everything, anything that I can share with whoever it is. So I'm not bothered about the situations that they have nowadays. And most of the time I told them, been there, done that. That's me. I'm not really surprised. And I think I'm very, very susceptible to change. And if the change comes, I accept it and I move on. There's no worry and about it. You know. And I think that came from my mom, my stepmom, more or less, who I grew up with. That is the way she taught me to accept change and to move on. She told me that what you can do today, don't wait for tomorrow. And I like challenges. The more you challenge me, the more I push to get it done and to do better. I always look forward to doing better. C'est mon histoire du ou joli ou bien. C'est vrai.
Thank you, Mr. Nedd, for sharing with us. I hope you were encouraged by his story thus far. It continues next week, where we'll learn of the stunning dimensions to Mr. Nedd. Roger Crawford once said, "Being challenged in life is inevitable. Being defeated is optional." Join me for more stories next week, right here on Sweet Stories.